Welcome back to that 70s Card Show. I am your host, John Keating, and I thank you for joining me as I take a look back at the cards and the culture of the very colorful 1970s. We'll revisit a more simple time in our hobby by taking a deep dive into the sets and the stats with a generous amount of dad facts sprinkled in. That 70s Card Show is currently sponsored by nobody. If you have a comment or suggestion, I urge you to drop me a line at that70scardshow at gmail.com. That 70s Card Show over there on YouTube or 70s Card on Twitter. This is episode 34, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, the dude spit out two shows in 4 days. Pretty impressive, huh? Well, listen, Christmas is here. I spent a lot of time shopping today. I was exactly 1 week early for my third COVID booster shot today, my vaccination. So I have 7 more days to think about that. Boy, were they surprised at CVS when I showed up. And Christmas shopping is behind me. I haven't done much with my cards today. I have a boatload of cards that need to be sorted out. I don't know whether you can look down here. Move my microphone if you're watching at home. Boxes and boxes of cards, and I just lost my microphone. So let's put that back, get going, and hit episode 34 here. Episode 34 is all about the holidays, and we're going to have a very 70s Christmas here. We're going to learn a few things, and I know I did. So we're going to focus on the most festive players of the 1970s. First up is going to be our boy Dave Frost. Yep, Dave Frost. His rookie card is a 1979 Topps card number 703, which is the worst rookie cards ever in the history of sporting cards. And, it's 1979, and we're throwing up some black and white photos, some that look like they came from yearbooks. I'm talking about Bob Slater, second baseman for the Angels. Prospects. So this card here is a card that real-time pricing, according to Beckett OPG, 30 cents to 75 cents, a mint 703 Dave Frost rookie card will run you $1.88. We're talking about gem mint here. So Dave Frost, starting pitcher, Angels, batted right, threw right, big guy, 6'6", 235 pounds, and that's 106 kilograms if you are in the narcotics industry. He was born November 17th, 1952. He's currently 69 years old and 36 days. He was born in Long Beach, California, drafted by the White Sox in the 18th round of the 74 NMLB June amateur draft. He had gone to Stanford, so not only is he a big guy, he is a smart guy, and he went to high school over there in Long Beach, California as well. Long Beach City College, Stanford University, and so he his last game says here October 3rd, 1982. I don't know why we have the last game, but not his first game. He had a career record of 33 and a 37 with a 4.10 ERA, one save, and that's in 99 games, 84 of which were starts, 550 innings pitched. Bounced around the minor leagues starting in 74, up and down, up and down, up and down. Had a cup of coffee with the White Sox, 1-1 in 77, then made his way over to California, and in and out of the big leagues for a while after that as well, and wasn't able to stick around in the majors too long. The poor chap, big guy, smart guy, but couldn't stick around. Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about this guy, right? Why are we talking about him? But let's talk a little bit more about Dave Frost. Major League debut September 11, 1977 against the California Angels in Anaheim. So he was pitching for the White Sox at the time. Eventually he would play, and most of his career would be with the Angels. So that's ironic there. He turned in a quality start by pitching 6 in the third inning and giving up just 2 earned runs. He struck out 3 and walked none, and received a no decision in the 5-4 White Sox loss. His first big league win came a week later in another start against the Angels, And this time at Comiskey, old Comiskey, he went 7 2/3 and gave up 3 runs, but won 7-3. He was traded along with Brian Downing and Chris Knapp to the Angels for Bobby Bonds, Richard Dotson, and Thad Bosley on December 5th, 1977. Thad Bosley is, according to Mike Summer, the greatest player ever. Big Thad Bosley fan over there in Bloomington, Illinois. He split time in Salt Lake City in the big leagues in 78, blah, 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 won 5 for 4, earned run average in 11 games for the Angels, and next year he would do even better. So in his rookie card year of 79, he had his biggest year. He won 16, lost 10, and led the starters in ERA for the Angels with 3.57, winning percentage at .615, and 239 in the third inning pitch. California obviously had a great group of pitchers that year, including Nolan Ryan, Don Ossie, Jim Barr, Chris Knapp, and Frank Tanana. They ultimately won the American League West Division pennant that year with an 88-74 record, losing in the playoffs to the Baltimore Orioles, who would lose to the Stargels. Elbow problems came into effect, and the next 3 seasons he was a combined 11-22. So his couple of his highlights were a 4-hit, no walk complete game shutout against the A's, an 8 strikeout, no walk complete game against the Orioles in 79, a 10 inning, 4-hit complete game win against the Twins in 80. Check this out. Here's a little fun fact for you, according to Wikipedia. All-Stars Sal Bando, Buddy Bell, Mike Hargrove, Ricky Henderson, Roy Howell, Pat Kelly, Hal McRae, Willie Randolph, Jim Rice, and Roy Smalley had a combined .103 batting average against Dave Frost. He also held Reggie Jackson, Cal Ripken Jr., and Robin Yount to a 167 collective batting average. And in one more turn around the old ball field, he threw the opening pitch at the Los Angeles Angels game on Monday, June 27th, 2011. So Dave Frost, 1979 rookie card. All right, let's get to Rick Kane, right? Rick Kane, candy canes, all that jazz. Rick Kane's rookie card was a 78 Topps card number 126. Nice pink beauty here. Lions, old school face mask with double bars across, one single bar coming over the nose. Pretty cool face mask. This gem will run you 10 cents to 30 cents, according to Beckett real-time pricing. And a gem, I'm talking a gem mint, Rick Kane rookie card will set you back 75 cents. And if you had the urge, apparently Burbank Sports Cards has 175 of them currently in stock. So run, don't walk to Burbank. Pick up some of those cards. Rick Kane was born November 12th, 1954 in Lincoln, Nebraska, and he passed away on December 25th, Christmas Day, 2009, sadly, at the age of 55 in Reno, Nevada. Nevada. He was a running back, and he went to both Oregon and San Jose State, and in 1977, he was a third-round pick, 69th overall. He played from 77 to 83 with the Lions, Washington Redskins in 84, and the Lions again in 85. Running back again, 1,486 yards during his NFL career. He had played high school at Amador Valley High School in Pleasanton, California, and college football, like we said, at both University of Oregon and San Jose State University. And following his football career, he worked in the automotive industry. I can only assume that was maybe in the Detroit area where he played, because I think they used to make cars there. During 2005, he was involved in a serious motor accident resulting in a loss of one of his legs. So he died of complications from pneumonia, again, Christmas Day, 2009 in Reno, Nevada. Rick Kane, R.I.P. Let's move on, try to brighten this up with a little Jeff Holley. Again, 1979. This is kind of what cards were supposed to be like in 79, not black and white. Another big guy, Jeff Holley, was a left-handed batter, left-handed thrower, 6'5", 210 pounds. It's 196 centimeters if you're a pediatrician. Born March 1st, 1953, 68 years and 297 days old. He was born in San Pedro, California. Drafted by the White Sox in the 17th round of the 1971 MLB June amateur draft from Aviation High School in Redondo Beach, California. Used to live there. Love Redondo Beach, California. So his last game was April 28th, 1979. He was 26 years old and 58 days at that point, and he was washed up, apparently. Full name is Jeffrey Owen Holly. Career record, first of all, he's got a negative .6 WAR, if you care about that stuff, which I don't. He won 3, lost 4, had a 5.60 ERA, started 6 games, 0 saves, 90 innings pitched. That's 90 innings pitched. That's plural. His last dip out of the league, as we said, was in 1979. He had a 0-0 record with a 7.11 ERA, so he was persona non grata there for Minnesota in 1979. 78, he was 1-1, jumping back and forth from the minors. Didn't ever spend a full season in the major league. So, Beckett real-time pricing of the 1979 Topps 371 Jeff Holly rookie card is 10 cents to 25 cents. $0.62 will buy you a mint version of that. There's 106 of those at Burbank Sports Cards too, if that tickles your fancy. All right, moving on here. We're playing with words here. So our next highlight of our all Christmas team from the 70s is Eddie Murray. I know we don't spell Murray Murray, but hey, Eddie Murray, Merry Christmas. I'm sure it was always a Merry Christmas in his place. Eddie, I have a lot of respect for Eddie. So much respect that I didn't drag out that 78 Topps rookie card again with the rookie cup on it. I dragged out a 1978 Kellogg's number 25 Eddie Murray 3D cereal card. Love it, love it, love it. Beckett real-time pricing, $8 to $20. Gem Mint will cost you $50. I don't know whether they make Gem Mint cereal cards just because they get boogered up, especially the vinyl after this many years. But great card. Think about all the kids, opening Christmas presents, but think about the kids opening their cereal boxes on a Saturday morning and popping out one of these in 1978 and saying, who is Eddie Murray? They would soon know who Eddie Murray was, that's for sure. Let's talk a little bit about Eddie Clarence Murray. Eddie Murray had a great career, we know, with several teams, and we're gonna go over a little bit of his early life here. Born in February 24th, 1956, he was nicknamed Steady Eddie. Former first baseman and designated hitter, spending most of his MLB career with the Baltimore Orioles. He ranks 4th in team's history in both games played and hits. Though Murray never won a Most Valuable Player award, he finished in the top 10 in MVP voting several times. I want to say it's maybe 8 times he did that. After his playing career, Murray coached for the Orioles, Cleveland Indians, and Los Angeles Dodgers. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003. In the new Bill James Historical Baseball Abstract of 2001, Murray is described as the 5th best first baseman in Major League history. He was 77th on the list of baseball's 100 greatest players by the Sporting News in 1998. Murray was the 8th child of 12 and still has 5 sisters and 4 brothers. He has often quipped that as a child, he did not have to go far for a pickup baseball game. Murray attended Locke High School in Los Angeles, where he batted .500 as a senior and was a teammate with Ozzie Smith. Murray was selected by the Baltimore Orioles in the 3rd round of the 73 amateur draft. I want to say this kid was 17 years old at the time, and had several successful seasons in the minor leagues. He debuted at the major league level on April 7th, 1977, and played 160 games for the Orioles in his first season. In 160 games, he hit .283 while contributing 88 RBIs, 27 home runs, 29 doubles, and 173 hits while also striking out 104 times. Boy, downer. This was the only season in which he struck out over 100 times. He won the American League Rookie of the Year award. Of course, Eddie Murray wore number 33 for the Baltimore Orioles, and it was retired by them in 1998. 8-time All-Star. Let's go over some other stuff here. You're going to find out some pretty cool stuff here. So Eddie Murray had the most RBIs, which is 1,917 among switch hitters all time. He also holds the career record for most sacrifice flies at 128, the career record for most assists by a first baseman at 1,865. His season high for home runs, 33, is the lowest of any player with over 500 career home runs. He's one of only 6 players to have both 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. Of course, we're talking about Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Alex Rodriguez, Albert Pujols, and Rafael Palmeiro. His 19 Grand Slams is 4th all-time behind A-Rod's 25, Lou Gehrig's 23, and Manny Ramirez's 21. His career batting average in 238 at-bats with the bases loaded is .399, with 298 RBIs and a 739 slugging percentage. Think about that, folks. 238 at-bats, which is maybe half a season, and 298 at-bats, or 298 RBIs, let alone an almost 400 average. Hit the most home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game 11 times until that record was broken by Mark Teixeira. Hit 3 home runs in a game 3 times. His 222 intentional walks ranks 6th all time. Again, 4th in hits for the Orioles, 2nd in home runs for the Orioles, and 4th in games played for Baltimore. Played for the Orioles 77 to 88, the Dodgers 89 to 91, the Mets 92 to 93, Indians 94 to 96, back to the O's 96. Anaheim Angels 97, Los Angeles Dodgers 1997. He was a world champion in 1983, again Rookie of the Year 77, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time Silver Slugger Award winner. He led the AL in home runs in 81, as well as RBIs in 81. Elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003 with 85.3% of the vote on the first ballot. 1996, I think that's when Eddie Murray hit his 500th home run, and I know that because I was involved in trying to celebrate that, which is kind of a funny story because we waited and waited and waited. Every day we waited for him to hit the home run during the homestand. He never did, so I had this elaborate thing where I put a light behind certain windows and gelled them orange on the warehouse so that when Eddie would hit his big home run, it would spell out 500 and chase and dance and all that stuff, and it would look great. Whatever it was, 5 or 6 stories tall, the warehouse there in right field. And boy, were we impressed the first time we saw it. And then again, for 2 weeks or a 10-game stand, he didn't hit the home run. They went away, and then we took everything out. And he came back, and he did hit it in Baltimore, but no lights. Next time we'll get him, Eddie, okay? All right, so let's head up to Canada Way here and meet our next member of our 1970s All-Christmas team. His name is Noel Picard. Noel Picard is pictured here on a 71-72 OPC hockey card, number 224. This butte, and it is a butte. I hope to get to that soon if I can land some of these vintage hockey cards. $2 to $5 according to Beckett, real-time pricing. $15 in absolute mint condition, 25 cents if you are a poor man like me and don't mind poor conditioning. So beautiful card there. Love the cartoonishness of the fonts, and I love the colors that pop out there. There's a lot of white, but there's still a lot of color in there. So Noel Picard, his real name is Joseph Jean Noel Yves Picard. He was born December 25th, 1938. So think about that. My name's Noel, and I was born on Christmas Day. Unfortunately, he passed September 6th, 2017. Was a Canadian ice hockey defenseman who played in the National Hockey League from 1965 to 1973. Picard started his NHL career with the Montreal Canadiens in 65. He later played for the St. Louis Blues and Atlanta Flames. Picard retired after the 1973 season, winning one Stanley Cup with Montreal in 65. He is noted for tripping Bobby Orr of the Boston Bruins after Orr scored the series-winning goal of the 1970 Stanley Cup Finals, sending a jumping or flying, that's Orr, ORR, flying through the air with his arms raised in celebration. The image stands as one of the most famous action shots in North American sports history. It's that iconic shot of Bobby Orr just about ready to do a face plant, but over the moon with the winning goal, May 1970. And in that picture is our beloved little baby Christmas miracle, Noelle Picard. After he left his playing days, he was a broadcaster for Blues games. He purchased Midway, a restaurant in Cuba, Missouri, in 1976, and later sold it. He returned to Montreal, where he died in 2017 of cancer. Right-handed shooter, defenseman, played for the Canadiens, the Blues, and the Atlanta Flames. His professional career went from 60 to 73. Started out with the Peterborough Petes and the Jersey Larks, I guess was the Eastern Hockey League. And he finished up again in 72, 73 with the Atlanta Flames. 335 games, 12 goals, and 63 assists. 616 penalty minutes. Scored 2 goals in the playoffs in 50 games. Noel Picard, our little Christmas miracle, and one of 2 hockey representatives in this list. So we're going to move on to the football, the gridiron, as they call it. And our guy here is Council Rudolph is his name. He was a defensive end for the Buccaneers. This is his Topps 1976 card 338, which is his rookie card. 20 cents to 50 cents if you're budget conscious. 3 cents for a poor condition card, all the way up to a $1.25 gem mint. Burbank Sports Cards has 29 of those bad boys. It's a beautiful Buccaneers card, defensive end, Council Rudolph. Council Rudolph was born January 18th, 1950. We call that being on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarian, supposedly. He played defensive end for 6 seasons for the Houston Oilers, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Council attended Kentucky State University, where he is in the Hall of Fame. Council was also inducted into the Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame in 2009. Congrats to you, Council. Here's one about Council that you probably didn't know. In 1982, Rudolph opened the check casher, the first check cashing business in Tampa, Florida. Good on you there, Council Rudolph. War number 77, 74, and 78, defensive end. Born in Anniston, Alabama, 6'4", 255 pounds. Went to Kentucky State, as we said, in 1972, 7th round pick, 160 overall. He had a weird career because he started out with Houston. He didn't have a weird career. He had a very nice career. I apologize. So he played 72 games, started 41 of them, 1 interception, 3 fumble recoveries. Back yonder in those days, they didn't keep track of tackles, so we don't know whether he had 100 tackles in a year or whether he had 12 tackles or 2 tackles. But he was a big-time starter. I mean, 74, he started 14 games, 76, 13 out of 14, and 77, 14 out of 14. Biggest career move was probably that interception he had for an 18-yard run back. 19 and a half career sacks, 7 with St. Louis, 12 and a half with Tampa Bay. So that's Council Rudolph, our Christmas football representative from the 70s. All right, let's move on to a member of a famous trio. And You know him, you love him. Jesus Alou, and they tell me that Jesus is the reason for the season. And we have pictured here the 74 tops Oaklandese Jesus Alou card at Yankee Stadium, and this is the one without the position on it, which is which was a corrected error, but an interesting card because it doesn't have the position on the upper right. So with that said, this is a $1.50 to $4 card. $12 in mint condition, 20 cents in poor condition. Error, no position, 654A, 74. Jesus Alou. Jesus was born in March 24th, on March 24th, not in March 24th, but on March 24th, 1942. He is currently 79 years old, 274 days. He was born in Bajos de Jaena in Dominican Republic. 6'2", $190 through and batted right. He was an outfielder. Made his debut September 10th, 1963 at the age of 21 years, 170 days. And one at bat and no hits or anything like that. Last game was September 29th, 1979 at the age of 37 and 189 days. That Johnny hit got a hit in 5 at bats. Full name Jesus Maria Rojas Alou. Nickname is Jay. So he finished. He didn't do too bad. 1,216 hits. He was probably the least prolific of the Alou brothers. No power. 32 career home runs. His WAR is 0.8, but he did have a 280 batting average. But not a lot going on with that stick. He wore 14, 22 twice, and the numbers 20 and the number 23. He is a 2-time world champion with those Oakland A's. God, I love those A's. Let's dig a little deeper into old baby Jesus's life here. Oh, hey, how you doing?
So, I don't know if you're recording.
I am recording.
Oh.
See ya.
Do you edit it or no?
Bye.
Hello.
All right, that's my kid. He wrecks cars for a living. So during his 15-year-old major league career, he played for the Giants from 63 to 68, Houston Astros 69 to 73, Oakland Athletics 73 to 74, New York Mets 75, and of course he's back with the Astros 78, 79. I believe there's a 1980 Topps card of his. He was the youngest in an Astros uniform. He was the youngest of the trio of baseball playing brothers that included Felipe and Matty. Alou was considered a better prospect than either of his brothers and received a $4,000 signing bonus. He made his debut at the end of 1963, and his first game on September 10th was notable in that all 3 Alou brothers batted in the same inning. They were retired in order. 5 days later, for the first time, the 3 played in the outfield for the Giants at the same time. In his first full year of Major League action in 64, Alou failed to live up to expectations, hitting only .274 with little power. But on July 10th, he went 6 for 6 with 5 singles and a home run. Alou was selected by the Montreal Expos in the 1968 Major League Baseball expansion draft and then was dealt to Houston. He had his most active season there, hitting .306 in 487 at-bats, but again, little power and few walks. He was traded to the Athletics midway through the 73 season and served as a bench player on 2 World Series championship teams. He was released by the A's before the 75 season, failed to catch on with the Mets and Cordoba of the Mexican League in short stints, and did not return to the majors until Houston signed him in 1978. He responded by hitting .324 in part-time action and became a player coach the following year before retiring. Alou later served as a scout for the Expos, then moved to the Florida Marlins as the club's director of Dominican operations. He has held the same post with the Boston Red Sox since 2002. And he was awarded the Hispanic Heritage Baseball Museum Hall of Fame Pioneer Award at a pregame surgery. Boy, pregame surgery sounds rough. Pregame ceremony at Minute Maid Park on September 23rd. 2008. Not a lot to say about this cat. Average hitter, like I said, 280, 1,200 hits, 170 doubles. I don't know why they let him steal. Caught stealing 40. I'm sorry, caught stealing 46 times and 31 stolen bases he had. He's like a regular bird shot, and why would they ever let this guy run on the bases? Caught more than he made it there. He did start in the 1973 World Series for the A's against the Mets. It says here 7 games, 20 plate appearances, but he responded by batting 158 with 3 hits. I think that's the year Reggie might have been hampered by an injury. So we didn't have any Reggie that year. So that's Baby Jesus for you there. Moving on to our last member of our all Christmas 1970s team. This is Carol Vinayas. Vednaez. Carol, by the way, was the name of my mother, who was born on December 24th. So she was Carol. So that's why I chose Carol here to be our anchor man for this. This is a 74-75 tops, number 165 card, 25 cents to 60 cents. Yeah, 3 cents will get you a poor one, and $1.80 will get you a shiny little meat cutter of a card there. Good looking card. That 74-75 tops. Talk a little bit about old Carol. Carol's one of those Canadians. He's a professional Canadian defenseman, played 17 seasons in the NHL from 66-67 until 82-83. He won 2 Stanley Cups during his career in 1968 with the Montreal Canadiens and again in 1972 with the Boston Bruins. Carol Marcel Vednaez was born in Laval, Quebec. I'm sorry, he was born in Montreal, Quebec, but passed away in Laval, Quebec. We'll get to that in a second. Originally a forward, Vednaez shifted to defense in his final year of junior hockey with the Montreal Junior Canadiens. In his first NHL camp, he made the Montreal Canadiens lineup for the 66-67 season. While the Canadiens were initially successful in not exposing Vednaez to the 1967 expansion draft, he was unprotected after the 67-68 season, and he would be claimed by the expansion Oakland Seals in the June 1968 intra-league draft. He became the Seals captain at the beginning of the 71-72 season, but was traded midseason to those Boston Bruins. Vednaez played in 1,087 career NHL games, scoring 169 goals, 418 assists. That's 587 points if you are not doing math, as well as adding 1,813 penalty minutes. In his best statistical season, 74-75, he scored 18 goals and set career highs with 56 assists and 74 points. Vednaez participated in 6 NHL All-Star games and was a member of Team Canada at the 76 Canada Cup, but did not play, and the 77 World Ice Hockey Championships. Vednaez joined the Rangers coaching staff as an assistant for the 1983-84 seasons, stayed the next year as well, and then followed that up with 1 season as head coach of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey Leagues, Verdun Junior Canadiens, and after that, Vednaez left hockey for good. He worked as a real estate agent in the Montreal area. His wife passed in 2004. They had a daughter, Michelle, and Vednaez himself died of cancer on August 31st, 2014, at the age of 68. So a long storied career. In the 2009 book of 100 Ranger Greats, he was ranked 52 all time of the 901 Rangers who had played during the team's first 82 seasons. Again, Stanley Cup champion 80 in 68 and 72, and All-Stars 69, 70, 72, 75, 76, 78. He was a Canadian, Oakland Seal, California Golden Seal, Boston Bruin, and of course a Ranger. So that's that. And so that brings us to the end of our all 70s team. Christmas team, and one more picture I have here, if you're watching on YouTube, is Oscar Gamble, of course, with a little child who's most likely asking Oscar Gamble for stuff for Christmas. Really enjoyed researching this quick little episode. I really hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas and wraps those presents nice and tight so they're hard to get open and get what they want under that tree. Lots of cards, lots of happiness. I'm thankful that I'm not in a place where I have to put toys together anymore. That's long past, thankfully. So, anyway, thank you for joining me on my journey back in time. If you have a comment or suggestion, or perhaps you have a set from the 70s you'd like to hear more about, please reach out to me at ThatSeventiesCardShow at gmail.com. That's 70s Card Show on YouTube and 70s Card on Twitter. We're being played off here by Mango Safari, which is good Christmas music. It's good yacht music. It's good all sorts of music. And as usual, be safe out there. Put the cards down for a day or two and spend time with the family. All right. With that said, enjoy your collecting and more importantly, enjoy your collection. Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. Thank you.